Hi everybody! In today's video, we are filming a huge, massive, fun book haul for you guys, sharing the new and used books we bought recently. We hope you enjoy the haul. Let's get started. Hi everybody!
Hi everyone.
Welcome back to our channel. We're so glad you're here. I'm Stacey.
I'm Steph.
And we share this channel. We're twin sisters. We're so glad you're here. Make sure to subscribe to this channel if you're not already. But we're so excited for today's video. We are doing, like we said in the intro, a huge, massive book haul of both new and used books we bought recently. We actually filmed a vlog. I don't know if it'll be up before or after this. I'll put on the screen. But we filmed a vlog. We spent the day in Niantic recently, which is one of our favorite towns here in CT. It has our favorite bookstores, which are Book Barn and Books A Million. Book Barn is a used bookstore, and Books A Million is like a chain new books bookstore, kind of like Barnes & Noble. So we did some book shopping. We bought more books than we expected, but pretty much everything that we're showing you here was bought super cheap, either used or like bargain price. Like pretty much every book was under $6. So I think there were only like 2 books we bought full price. So Steph and I do not buy books very often, as you know from this channel. We're pretty much always on a book buying ban. We call it because we just have a really big physical TBR. You can even see behind us, we have 4 huge bookshelves full of books. We'll do a bookshelf tour soon, by the way, so stay tuned for that. But we just have so many books, so we don't buy books very often. We try to just read what we have since we have so many. The only books we really buy are Kindle books, or if we go to Little Free Library books, we'll get books from Little Free Libraries for free. And I've done haul videos on the channel. I'll link them up in a card in our book video playlist if you want to go check them out. But we really don't spend money on books very often. So once in a while, we like to splurge, and when we go to the town of Niantic, it's not close by, and these are our favorite bookstores, so we let ourselves splurge a little bit. We only go like a couple times a year, so we got lots of great books to share with you that we're very, very excited about. We're going to be reading very soon, and if you missed one of our previous videos, we just announced that we have just started our own book club called the New Romantics Book Club. So we're going to be reading a lot of these books that we hauled for our book club coming up. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel below and follow our book club's Instagram. The link's in the description box, and the handle I'll put on the screen. It's at New Romantics Book Club. We would love to have you join our book club, but we're going to be reading some of these books for that, and we're super excited about it. So without further ado, let's get into the book haul, and we really hope you enjoy it. Let us know in the comments if you've read any of the books that we're showing today and what you thought. We would love to know if you liked them. So we're going to get started with this book haul. Hope you enjoy. So the first book that we are hauling today, I'm super excited about. Like I said, all the books we're sharing are from either Book Barn, which is an independent used bookstore here in Connecticut, or Books A Million, which is a chain that you might have. So if you didn't know, Books A Million has an amazing bargain section. It's incredible. They carry like both old and new, like modern, trending, like book talk, really good books, especially adult romance and YA. Their bargain section's unreal. So every time we go there, which is like once in a while, we go to Books A Million maybe once or twice a year at most, we stock up because their bargain section is incredible. If you have a Books A Million store, I highly recommend checking out the bargain section. It's incredible. And we filmed a vlog from our day there where I showed you the inside of the bookstores, so I'll link the video up here if it's up before this one. If it's not up yet, it's coming soon. But yeah, check out Books A Million's bargain section if you have a store near you. It's incredible. So that's where most of these books came from. The other ones were from the used bookstore at Book Barn. So the first one that we got, this is from Books A Million. This was in the bargain section. It was only $6.97. This is called Crave by Tracy Wolff. This is the first book in the Crave series. It's a brand new hardcover, and it was in the bargain section at Books A Million for $6.97, which is an amazing deal for a hardcover. And for most of the bargain books, there's nothing wrong with them. Like, they're perfect condition. So I think they're just like overstock or something. But like it's literally brand new. Perfect condition, you could see. And we got this for under $7 and it's a hardcover. So that is like such a good deal. But I've actually read this book already. So this is the Crave series. And it's kind of similar to Twilight. If you like paranormal books, you will love this. So I've actually already read the first 2 books in the series. There's 4 books total. I read the first 2 on Kindle last fall. Really, really enjoyed the series so far. I definitely want to continue it. I haven't yet. But we decided to get book 1 because it was in the bargain section, because Steph actually hasn't read this series yet. And
yes, I really wanted to read it.
And I told her she needs to read the series. If you love Twilight, you'll love it. So Steph decided to pick it up, and I was very excited because I really want her to read it soon, even though I've already read it, and I would love to reread it someday. So now I have the physical copy because I read it on Kindle. So I'm super excited. So this is the first book we got, Crave by Tracy Wolff. I'm very, very excited to have it in our collection.
The next book we want to show is Super Fake Love Song by David Yoon. I've been wanting to read this book for a while, and I actually have his first book called Frankly in Love. I've had that one for several years, and I haven't actually read it yet. I just haven't gotten to it yet, and I don't know why. But when I saw that his second book was on sale in the bargain section for only $3, I just had to get it because I was really interested in reading this book too. Because you guys probably don't notice about me, but I'm a huge fan of Korean culture or just Asian culture in general. So most of the time, if I see a book from an Asian author, especially a Korean author, I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
And so yeah, even though I haven't read his first book yet, I will get to it soon. But I've been wanting to read this one too, so I was so happy when I found it in the bargain section.
Yeah, and this one was also from Books A Million. Any of the bargain sticker books were from Books A Million. But you literally can't beat that. What is it? $3.97? You can't beat this. A brand new book for $3.97. That's crazy. That's not even the price usually for a used book. So Books A Million's amazing, but this is not sponsored by them or anything. But you guys have to go check it out if you have a Books A Million near you. They have the best bargain books. Awesome. The next book I got, I'm thrilled about. This is from Book Barn, which is the used bookstore here in Connecticut. Highly recommend going. It's literally a bookstore in the shape of a barn. It's so beautiful. There's a garden. There's animals. Highly recommend it if you're ever in CT. So, I love Nicholas Sparks. I am a huge fan of his books. Some of you might know that about me. I've read his books since high school, absolutely loved them, and I love all the movies as well, The Notebook, The Last Song, Dear John, A Walk to Remember. He's the author that wrote all of those, and I've read all of his older books, but I haven't read his newer ones from the last few years, so I'm trying to catch up on his books. I just finished Every Breath from him, and it was incredible. I highly recommend reading Every Breath. I always cry for his books, but they usually have a happy ending, so it's worth it. But I highly recommend checking out Nicholas Sparks if you haven't. And I've been on a Nicholas Sparks kick lately with wanting to, again, read the rest of his books that I've never read. So when we were at the used bookstore, I decided it would be the perfect time to pick some up. So you're going to see a few Nicholas Sparks books in this haul. So this is the first one that I picked up that I haven't read yet. This one is 2x2. This one was from Book Barn, the used bookstore, and it's literally in perfect condition, if you guys could see that. It looks like it's literally brand new. Again, this is one of Nicholas Sparks' newer books. I don't really remember what it's about, but I literally don't care. I've loved every single one of his books that I've read. He's an auto-buy author for me. I used to have a whole collection of his books, and I got rid of them, which I regret now. So I'm trying to kind of restock his books and read the ones I've never read. So I haven't read 2x2 yet. I'm very excited about it. And I think I got this for $4 and it's literally brand new. So you can't beat that. I'm really excited to read this one. Let me know if you're a Nicholas Sparks fan as well, if you've read any of his books. I would love to know, but that is the next book that we got.
Is The Friend Zone. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. Everyone says Abby Jimenez.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that's right. But you guys have probably seen this author floating around booktube, bookstagram, or even BookTok.
She's all over.
She's really popular right now. I actually had this book for several years. I originally bought it a couple years ago. And I just I recently unhauled it because I thought I didn't want to read it anymore. And because of all the hype surrounding her books right now, everyone kind of made me want to give this book another shot and actually try reading it. And I know Stacey really wants to read it too.
Yes.
So when we saw this at Book Barn at the used bookstore for a cheap price, we decided to just buy it again.
Yes, I saw this and I was like, we have to get it. It was only like a few dollars, maybe like $4. It literally looks brand new. I've been wanting to read her books, so does Steph, since they're all over the place right now. And I want to read all of her books. I'm actually we're filming this during the Romance-a-thon, which the vlog should be up before this. I'll link it above to watch in the card if it is. If not, it's coming soon. But I'm actually reading the second book in this series for the Romance-a-thon right now. It's called the Happy Ever After playlist. So it's the second one. This is the first one in the series. I think they're companions. And I'm absolutely in love with it so far. So I knew I was going to love Abby's books. So when we saw this, and it wasn't even in the right section. Like, it was in the YA section of the used bookstore. I just knew I had to get it. There was only one copy. I knew it was a sign that we had to get it. And I definitely want to read all the books in this series, as well as all of her other books. So we were super excited to find The Friend Zone. I'm really excited to read it, and I'm loving book 2. Let us know what you thought if you read this one, but we're super excited to have found it for only a few dollars. The next one that Steph actually picked out, this one was from Book Barn, the used bookstore as well. This one is called Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. It looks like this. This was a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of the book. It has beautiful blue pages, which are absolutely incredible. We got this at the used bookstore. This is one of the first books we picked up. Right when we walked through the used books, Steph found it. It literally looks brand new. And like I said, it's the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. But we got this used at the used bookstore. I don't know.
$6?
I think it was like $5 or $6. Yes, you cannot beat that. Like $6 for a brand new hardcover is unheard of.
This book's been going around a while on BookTube lately, but I personally discovered it from Gabby Reads. And I remember watching, I think it was a reading vlog where she read it and loved it. And she just really made me want to read it because it just sounded really good, and the way she was talking about it just made me interested. So I've kind of had my eye on it for a while. So I was so happy when we found it for a cheap price.
Yeah, I love the cover. I love everything about it. And yeah, Steph's the one that picked this one out. But we have the same exact taste, honestly. So if she wants to read a book, I usually want to read it too. And if one of us enjoys a book, the other one usually does as well. Yep. So we're very lucky like that. So she picked it out, but I'm so happy we found it for only $6 at the used bookstore. So really excited about this one. You can mention it.
So the next books we got, well, we don't have the first book. I don't have the first book in my hand right now, but it is somewhere in our haul.
Yeah,
so I wasn't able to find it yet. But anyway. So I picked up the whole Delirium Trilogy by Lauren Oliver. So right now I'm just holding up books 2 and 3, Pandemonium and Requiem. I decided to buy the whole trilogy for the Dystopian-a-thon that's happening soon.
Naomi's Library's Dystopian Readathon. We're super excited about it. Yes, so you're gonna be reading the Delirium Trilogy for the Readathon.
I always wanted to read this series, but it's one of those older YA series that I never actually got to back in the day. Stacey read this series years ago, and I think you really liked it.
Yeah, I loved it. I read it, I think, in high school. I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm glad that Steph wants to read it. And we've been reading more dystopian, wanting to read these throwback books. So Naomi's Dystopian Readathon that's coming up is literally the perfect timing. I absolutely love that series, and that was actually our mission for going to the bookstore, is going to the used bookstore. We wanted to find the old school YA dystopians that maybe new bookstores don't carry anymore. So that was like our goal or our reason for going to the bookstore, just to get books for like the Dystopian readathon, because we don't really have that many. Since we read like the Hunger Games and everything so long ago, we got rid of all those books. So yeah, we wanted to get some new ones for the Dystopian readathon. So Steph was so happy to have found the Delirium series.
We found the first two at Book Barn at the used bookstore, and then we found Requiem at Books A Million. I really wanted to complete the series. So I really want to, I think I really want to binge read the whole series in a row. So I really wanted all 3 books. So luckily I was able to find all 3 of them at both places.
Yeah, and it was a great deal because she got 2 of the 3 books in the series used, like for like $4 or $5. So she only bought the 3rd book at full price. So that was a really good deal. Really excited about those. The next one I was really excited to find at Book Barn, which was the used bookstore, is The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. This is an adult thriller. This has been around in the community a lot lately. If you watch like Liv's Library, so many people
are reading it.
Yeah, so many people have been reading this. And I've been wanting to get back into thrillers. I usually read them in like the fall and winter, like the darker months. But I've been wanting to get back into them recently because a lot of people in the community have been reading them. And I've been like getting back into the mood for them, but I don't really have that many. So when I saw this right when we walked into Book Barn, had to get it. It's literally again like
perfect condition.
A brand new hardcover.
Book of the month, too.
Yeah, it was a Book of the Month book. You could see in the corner. It's literally like a brand new hardcover. Like it doesn't even look like it's been read. And it was like $7. So it's like, again, I bought it from a used bookstore, but it's literally brand new. You can't beat that. And I'm really excited about it because this has been on my TBR for a little while and on my wish list on Amazon. So I wasn't expecting to find this one, but I'm really excited that I did. It was a great deal and I'm really excited to read it. Hopefully I enjoy it, but that was a really great find.
Next book we bought is Atlantia by Ali Kandi. She's the author who wrote the Match series. And I remember reading the first book like years ago, like a very long time ago. And I ended up like DNFing the first book Match because I just couldn't get into it. But I was recently looking up dystopian books to read for the readathon when I was like looking at the Delirium series. And I remembered that this one I think is considered also a dystopian. So I read the back of it and I actually sounded really interested because I love anything that has to do with like the ocean. And it just sounds like it would be like a really fun, like quick read, possibly for the readathon. If not for the readathon, then I'll probably read it in the summer. But I just wanted to pick it up because I found it there for such a cheap price. And I believe Stacey read this book years ago, right?
Yeah, I read this book a long time ago. I had like the hardcover, which you guys have probably seen. I read it many years ago. I really liked it a lot. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. So yeah, this is another throwback that would be great for the dystopian readathon coming up. We're really getting back into the dystopian novels. But I really like this, so I encourage Steph to read it. So I'm really glad you picked it up. I'm excited to see what you think of it.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Looks good. The next one is one we're really excited about. We've both been dying to read this, and we might do it for the book club, so stay tuned. This is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. You guys know this book.
Is it Fortune?
Fortune, sorry. Carly Fortune. You must know this by now. It's been all over BookTube. Everyone's been reading it, and this one we actually bought brand new at Books A Million. We would have loved to find this at the used bookstore, but it's such a new book, we weren't expecting to.
I've been wanting to pick it up.
Yeah, we actually just bought it full price because we very rarely buy books full price anymore, and we really wanted it. We think it'll be fun for like a summer read for the readathon. Steph actually really got me into this one, and she told me it's kind of like an adult version of The Summer I Turned Pretty, right? Or a new version of it.
That's what I've heard. People said it's kind of similar.
So it has like, people have said it has like the Summer I Turned Pretty series vibes. Emily Henry actually blurbed it. So we both had our eye on this one since everyone's been reading it. They didn't have many copies of it at the bookstore. I know it's a super popular book and everyone's been getting it and reading it. So we're really excited to see what we think. We just had to pick it up when we were at the bookstore. It's been on our list for a while. And we might read this for book club this summer, so stay tuned and let us know in the comments if you'd be interested in reading this with us. But we're very excited to have Every Summer After and add it to our collection.
The next two are two books we bought from Book Barn from the same author, so I thought I would just include them together. So we found
more Nicholas Sparks books.
We found The Lucky One and The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks.
Yes.
We gotta add to the collection, you know, because we're recollecting his books, because I haven't read most of his books.
Steph hasn't read his books, she hasn't even read the old ones like I did. So I told her she needs to read his books because I know she'll love them. And
the only one I read so far was A Walk to Remember. That's really it.
And that's like the saddest one. You guys, I am obsessed with this one. If you read one book from Nicholas Sparks, please read The Longest Ride. This is the best one that I've read, in my opinion. If you love anything Western, adult Western romance, you will absolutely love this. Hallmark has a show on right now called Ride. Let me know if you guys have watched it. It's very, very similar to this plot. It's like about bull riding. But this is the best Nicholas Sparks book. Like, I really wanted Steph to get this when we were at the bookstore. It was on our list because I really want her to read this one since it's my favorite. And the movie's incredible too. It has Scott Eastwood in it and Britt Robertson. Highly recommend it. So well done. So at Book Barn, we found this used. It was literally only $1. You cannot beat $1. And this is like the newer paperback. And I love the cover. It's gorgeous. And you could see it's like pretty new. It's in great condition. Only $1. But yeah, I had to jump in because this is my favorite Nicholas Sparks book that I've read. And I've been wanting Steph to read it for such a long time. So I highly recommend this one. I want to reread it too, so I'm glad we have the physical copy. If you read any book by him, read The Longest Ride. And if you read this one, let me know in the comments what you thought of it, because it is literally the best. And
the other one we got is The Lucky One.
Yeah, I wanted to pick this one up because surprisingly I haven't read it, and this is like the only old one of Nicholas Sparks' books that I haven't read yet. I've seen the movie. Zac Efron's in it. If you haven't seen it, it's an amazing movie. He did a really great job portraying the main character. His name is Logan. So the movie I've seen is really good, but I hadn't read the book. I thought I did, but I didn't. So I wanted to pick this one up. So we found this one also at Book Barn, the used bookstore, for just a few dollars. If you want to buy Nicholas Sparks' books, check out used bookstores because they always have them. We always see his books in used bookstores, and you can just get them for super cheap. So we're really excited. I've had both of these books, and I got rid of them in the past. So we're kind of rebuilding our Nicholas Sparks collection. We're super excited to have these, and I'm really excited for Steph to read them too for like the first time. But let me know if you're a Nicholas Sparks fan down below, and let me know what book is your favorite from him. I'm curious to know. But we're super excited about those. And then the next book I have here, I'm really excited about too, is called The Donut Trap. And this one Steph wanted. This was also in the bargain section at Books A Million. It was $4.97.
I've been wanting to get that one.
Brand new adult romance, right?
Yep.
So I don't know anything about this. Steph's the one who wanted it.
I think the main character maybe owns a donut shop.
That's what it looks like. It looks like she would own a donut shop or something. Oh, it says she returns home.
Her parents' donut shop.
She returns home to work at her parents' donut shop. It sounds pretty good. I don't know anything about it.
It's written by a Chinese author.
Chinese characters. Steph loves Asian authors. Yep. I do too. We love supporting them. So yeah, I don't know anything about this, but I can just tell by the cover that we would love it. Steph really wanted to get this one. You can't beat it. It was less than $5, so really excited about this one.
The next one is a book I used to have on Kindle, and I got rid of it years ago, and I don't really remember why.
Lost interest, maybe?
But I decided to, buy it again, but this time I bought the paperback, so I bought Deep Blue by Jennifer Donnelly.
I love the cover. It's gorgeous.
I love the cover. The cover's so pretty. I've wanted to read the series for a long time. It's like a YA kind of mermaid type of book or series.
We love anything with mermaids.
Yes. I don't remember too much of what it's about, but all I remember is it's about mermaids, and we love anything that's mermaids, or
yes, or beach related, anything
or ocean, beach.
Ocean, yep.
So I was so glad to find this because I've been wanting to like actually pick it up and actually like give it a try.
Yeah, and you bought it at Book Bar in the used bookstore, and it was only a couple of dollars too. So another great deal.
Yeah, I'm excited to read it. I'm probably gonna read it in the summer.
Yeah, definitely. We should both read it this summer, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love it. I'm excited for that one.
Me too.
The next one is another one, Steph. I think Steph wanted this one from Books A Million. I'm telling you, their bargain section's unreal, especially for adult romance. They have so many good adult romance books. Even ones that we've never heard of, we end up finding really great ones. So this one's called First Love Take 2. It was $4.97, brand new. You can't beat it. We love the cover. It looks like an Indian author. I think the author was born in India. You can just kind of tell. Don't know anything about it, really.
It's the third book in a series. I always forget the name of the series, but I have the first book. It's called The Trouble with Hating You.
Okay.
And I actually haven't read the first book yet, but since...
Oh, yeah, it says it up there on the cover.
Yeah, The Trouble with Hating You. But, like, yeah, I haven't read the first one yet, but I do own it. But since we saw that it was like so cheap.
Yeah.
Even though it's book 3, I just had to get it.
Yeah, it's just hard to leave it there because, like I said, we only go to Books A Million maybe like once or twice a year since we don't live nearby. So we always splurge when we go there. We pick up things that even like we know we're gonna like want later, and you can't find a book this price anywhere else. So yeah, we decided to pick it up. The cover is stunning.
I've been wanting to read more of like Indian romances as well.
Yeah.
I've recently like tried reading 2 Indian romances, but I actually DNF'd both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been wanting to try another one that I'm actually gonna like.
Maybe this series will be the winner.
I do need to try I need to finally like try the series and read the first book.
It says award-winning author, so maybe this will be the one that you end up liking. But yeah, we're super excited to try out this series.
And the next one is, I believe this is the last Nicholas Sparks book we picked out.
Yes, one of my favorites.
I had to get the last song from Nicholas Sparks. I was actually looking for this one. I made a I actually before we left the house, I made like a specific list of books that I wanted to find.
Yeah, this is the one that we pretty much went to the bookstore for.
This is the one I wanted to find the most.
And we found it. So excited.
Because this is probably the book from him that I'm dying to read the most.
For summer.
I would like to read this one first out of all the ones from him we just bought.
You need to read it this summer.
I'd like to read it this summer and then possibly watch the movie because I have not seen the movie either.
Yeah, the book. This is one of my all-time favorites. This one and The Longest Ride that I mentioned earlier are my absolute favorites from Nicholas Sparks. The movie's really good too. Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth are in it. Highly recommend reading it. It's the perfect summer romance. If you love anything like by the beach, highly recommend it. I'm super excited for Steph to read it. This is like why we went to the used bookstore. Yeah. We were looking for this one and I found it. They had one copy and I snatched it. I was so excited. It's in pretty good condition too. And this was the exact copy I used to have, but I got rid of it. So I'm excited to have it back in our collection. And I'm so excited for Steph to read it for the first time and see what she thinks. And I would love to read it again because it's been so many years since I've read it. But I loved it. I highly recommend it. Let us know in a comment down below if you read it. I'm so excited. The next one, we have a lot of books. I'm warning you, this is going to be a long video, so thank you for sticking in there. This one Steph picked as well. It's called You've Reached Sam. Do you want to explain a little bit about this one? Because I don't know anything about like why you picked it.
I've been wanting to read this one because I forgot if it was last year maybe. On BookTube, I've seen it around a little bit on BookTube the past couple years. And it's an Asian author, so of course I want to read it. It's YA. It actually has a really sad premise, and I'm not usually one to read sad books.
Interesting.
But it sounds really good. It's kind of about like, the main female character. She ends up loses her boyfriend, I think. I don't know why he dies, but he like died.
Oh wow.
And I think like when she picks up the phone and like calls his phone, somehow she's like able to talk to him even though he's dead.
Oh wow.
So it has like a really interesting premise.
It sounds like a K-drama or something.
I know.
The cover is gorgeous though. This was brand new from the Books A Million bargain section. $6.97 for a hardcover. You just can't beat it. So it's just one of the books that we just wanted to grab. It actually sounds good. Now that you've explained it, I definitely will give it a read. But yeah, we're excited to add this one to our collection as well. It should be a good one.
The next one is a book from an author we both love.
Yes.
We found Very Sincerely Yours by Carrie Winfrey in the bargain section.
Great find.
We both read her first book, Waiting for Tom Hanks.
So good.
And we both loved it.
Yes.
Like, it's such an underrated, like, adult contemporary romance.
If
you haven't read it, you need to read it. So, I've been wanting to read all of her other books, too. I own her second one, which is called Now Like the Movies. And then I also own her, like, most recent one called Just Another Love Song. I have that one on Kindle.
Yes. We need to read them all.
This was, like, the last one from her that we were missing. So when I saw it, like, I'm like, we have to get it. And it was in the bargain section for really cheap.
Yeah, brand new.
We had to pick it up.
Brand new, super inexpensive. An author we love. We just knew we had to pick it up. You can't beat it. I have no idea what it's about, but I'll read anything from this author.
I think I've heard it's kind of like You've Got Mail.
Oh my goodness.
It's like that type of story.
Okay, enough said. That's all I need to know. You've Got Mail is amazing. But yeah, we loved Waiting for Tom Hanks so much. It's one of both of our favorite romance books we've read in a long time. Obsessed. I think I read it like last year. Or was it the beginning of this year? Might have been this year in January. Absolutely loved it. Highly recommend it. But yeah, we're excited to have all of Carrie's other books. We're excited to read them. So we're very happy we found this one. That's a great find. Next one is from another author that we love. How do you say this one? Let's see.
Angelica Frankenstein.
Yeah, this is called Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match from Sally Thorne. This, again, was in the bargain section of Books A Million. It's brand new, $5.97. You can't beat it. I've seen this one around. I don't really know what it's about. This is a retelling of Frankenstein, right?
I think so.
I think it's a retelling of Frankenstein, but we love Sally Thorne.
I think it's historical, too.
Yeah, but we love Sally Thorne. The Hating Game by her is one of our all-time favorite books. It's probably my favorite romance novel of all time. Definitely check out The Hating Game if you haven't read it. But we love The Hating Game and 99% Mine from her. So, again, she's kind of like another auto-buy author. We love her books. We're Sally Thorne fans. So when we saw this one, it was less than $6. We just kind of knew we had to get it. I don't even care, like, really, if I don't know what it's about. When it comes to romance authors we love, I really don't even, like, look at the synopsis of the book before we buy it if it's this cheap. We just buy it because I just know I'm gonna love it. We're not picky readers. So I'm super excited again. Another auto-buy author. We love Sally Thorne, so we're very excited to get into this one hopefully soon.
I have heard mixed things about it on BookTube within like the last year, but I wanted to give it a try to see what we would think.
Yeah, I think we'll like it. Next one.
Okay. So the next one is a book I found at the used bookstore. They did not have the first two, but that's okay. I just wanted to pick this up anyway because it was cheap.
Yeah.
And I do want to read the series. So I got Into the Still Blue by Veronica Rossi. This is the third and final book in the Under the Never Sky series, which is an old YA dystopian romance series. That, like, I always wanted to read back then, but I never got to, kind of like with Delirium.
Yeah.
And I was also planning on reading this series for the Dystopian Readathon too, but unfortunately they didn't have the first two books there, which is fine. I can always buy them online, or buy on Amazon. But when I saw that they had book 3, I just decided to get it because why not, and it was, like, so cheap.
And the cover's gorgeous.
I do want to read the series kind of soon, so I will be picking up the first 2 books probably soon anyway, and then read the third book.
Yeah, and like I said, we've been kind of going back to the YA dystopian era from like the 2010s or so. We've been going back to that era of reading. So this is one of those series that was, I think, big back then.
Yeah.
When dystopian...
I never got to it.
Yeah, when dystopian books were like all like the rage and everything. So yeah, we're excited. We've just been craving some dystopians. If you have any recommendations for dystopians that are newer, comment below. We know like all of the old ones.
Yeah, we've read pretty much.
We've
all
read
the
like
old
Divergent,
ones.
The Hunger Games, MASH, so the Selection. We've read all of those, like side. But if you have any newer
Inside
recommendations,
Out. There's a lot.
yeah, if you have any newer ones that you recommend, Naomi just did a really good video from Naomi's library about dystopian recommendations. But yeah, if you have any requests or recommendations for newer dystopians, let us know. We're always looking for new ones, but we're kind of just going back to the old school ones because those are the ones we know.
I was telling Stacey recently because we were talking about it. It's like I've been wanting to like get back into the old like YA, like paranormal romances too and fantasies.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do a video on it, talking about it. If you want to.
That's a good idea. And then the next book we picked up, I think
this was an impulse buy.
Yeah, this was an impulse buy that Steph grabbed again in the bargain section of Books A Million. It's called What We Were Promised.
Lucy Tan?
By Lucy Tan. So this was $5.97, again, brand new. I have no idea what it's about. Steph just grabbed this one from
read the back of it.
Yeah, Steph just grabbed it from the bargain table, and like wanted to get it. It's an Asian author, so we love that. We like supporting them. We have no idea what it's about. It looks like an adult romance, and the family has like moved back to China or something, and then the main character discovers like a bracelet that's gone missing, so it kind of sounds almost like a mystery. Yeah, we don't really know anything about it. Just an impulse buy. It looked good at the time. Wanted to support the Asian author. Let us know if you read it. But yeah, I'm sure we'll enjoy it, but sometimes impulse buys are fun when you go into a book blindly without knowing like what it is and without hearing about it. So we're excited about this one. We'll see how it goes.
The next one is a book that Stacey found when we were in the bargain section of Books A Million.
Yes, they had one copy.
I was so happy that she found this because like I've wanted this book for so long and I almost bought it several times online. And the book I'm talking about is Kiss My Cupcake by Helena Hunton.
I love the name.
I've wanted to read this for the longest time.
The cover's adorable too.
It just looks so cute. It's like the main character, I think she owns a cupcake shop.
Yes. And I've been seeing a lot of people in the booktube community who have been reading this recently, and they've been liking it, so that makes me happy.
And I think there's like a guy next door who becomes her rival. It's just like it sounds cute. It sounds like it would
Hallmark
be like,
vibes.
It kind of sounds like it'd be like enemies to lovers, maybe, or hate to love. It just it just sounds so cute. I've been wanting to read it, so I'm so glad that Stacey found it.
Yeah, they only had one copy in the bargain section, so we got it for super cheap again from Books A Million. We can't recommend their bargain section enough. They have the best adult romances in there. It's not just like overstock. They just have like the best books in there, and I've been wanting to read books from the author, Helena Hunting, so really excited we found this one. This one would be a great book club pick, so maybe we'll choose it for book club. Yeah. You never know. But yeah, we're really excited to have it in our collection. The next one was also an impulse buy from the same area as What We Were Promised. This one, they had a table right when you walked in. Yeah. We showed it in our vlog, so definitely watch it if you didn't. But they had a table right when you walked into Books A Million with a bunch of bargain books there too. So I found this one, total impulse buy. I just looked at the cover and I fell in love because, like I mentioned before, I love like Western romance books. This one looked like a Western from the cover.
I've been wanting to read more Westerns.
So I picked it up, saw it was $5, looked at the back, and I knew I had to get it. I've never heard of it. So it's called Kit McBride Gets a Wife. This is what it looks like. How adorable is this cover? It's so Western. With like the cowboy and the horse and in the woods. I just love this cover. Again, I've never heard of this. I've never heard of the author, Amy Berry. Let me know if you've heard of this or read it. I'll let you know what you thought. But like I said, it was a total impulse buy. I just saw the cover and fell in love with it. And I read the back. It sounds amazing. It's about like this man named Kit. He has like 3 other brothers. They live on like a farm in Montana. They live in Montana on a farm, and like he has a sister, and his sister tries to like find him a wife, like a mail order bride. So it just sounded really, really good.
That's a cool one.
It says the 4 McBride brothers have their world turned upside down when their precocious younger sister secretly places an advertisement for mail order brides. It just sounds really cute, and like I said, I love anything Western, so the cover just drew me in. We'd never heard of this. We don't know if it's any good, but I'm super excited to read this and find out. I definitely want to get to this one soon, like in the summer. I think it's just going to be a really funny, lighthearted romance. So let me know if you've read it or heard of it. We've never heard of this. It was a total impulse buy. But yeah, we're really, really excited about this one.
Next one is another book we found in the bargain section from an author we like.
Yes, I've been wanting to read this book forever.
Drunk on Love by Jasmine Guillory.
I love Jasmine Guillory.
This is one of her newer books. I'm trying to remember if this is one of her newest.
Yeah, it is one of her newer ones.
I don't really remember what this is about, do you know?
Not really, but again, it's something with it's kind of like a Hallmark movie, so it's kind of like the female character, her family owns a winery. Mm-hmm. She has a one-night stand with a guy, and then the next day she finds out he's, like, working for the winery now. Mm-hmm. So it's like a workplace romance, kind of. But she had a one-night stand with him. So then they work together. It sounds cute. I love Jasmine Guillory. Huge fan. The Wedding Date series is my favorite. I saw there was another book club reading this one, and everyone really liked it. So I heard good things about it, and like I said, she's just another author I want to read all of her books for. Love Jasmine Guillory, huge fan. So I saw this in the bargain section again at Books A Million. And I just had to grab it because I've been wanting to get it for a while. I've almost purchased it a few times and just never got around to it. So when I saw it there, I just had to get it. I know I'm going to love it. I love the author. Let me know if you read it and what you thought. But yeah, it just reminds me of like a Hallmark movie, which we love. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. We're almost done here. Thanks for hanging in there. The next one, Steph got. This is an older book. This is Wicked Lovely by Melissa Marr. And Steph got this from the used bookstore when we were at Book Barn. This one's a little run down. It's not like the worst, but it was super cheap. It was $4. And yeah, Steph, you wanted to read this, right?
Yeah, it's one of those older YA series that I never read, and I forgot when I posted it. A little while ago on Facebook, I was asking for Fae recommendations because I'm a big fan of Fae romances and like Fae books in general, and I always want to read more. So when I was asking for recommendations, someone commented and actually recommended this series to me. So I've been thinking, so I've been wanting to read it for a little bit. So when I saw it there, I had to get it.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks like it'll be a good one. So we'll see how this goes and give it a try.
Next one is a book that Stacey found that she wants to read.
I was very excited to find this.
The Complication by Suzanne Young.
This is the last book. It's the 6th book in the program series by Suzanne Young. Again, going back to YA dystopian books. So the program is an old series. I just read book 1, the program. I absolutely loved it. I'm going to continue the series for the dystopian readathon coming up. So I actually found the first 5 books in a little free library all together. So I literally got the first 5 books for free. So I was missing the final book, which is this one, The Complication. So we were at Books A Million in the bargain section again. This was in the YA bargain section. Brand new, perfect condition, hardcover, $5.97. So it's the final book in the series that I was missing. So I just knew I had to grab it. I most likely will finish the series because I loved the program so much. I highly recommend it if you like dystopians. I hadn't read this series back in the day, so I'm really glad I'm reading it now. I'm late to the game. Let me know if you read it. But yeah, so this was the last book I needed in the series that I haven't read yet. So I'm very, very excited to have found it. It was less than $6 for a hardcover, brand new. So yeah, loved the program. I'm going to be continuing the series very soon for the Dystopian Readathon, so I'm really excited to have found this one. And then we're just going to cruise through the last books because this video is getting very, very long. So, okay.
Still more in there?
Just a few more. I'll finish mine and then you can finish yours. Okay, so this is book 1 of Delirium. This is the series we talked about earlier from Lauren Oliver. So this is book number 1. So Steph shared books 2 and 3 before. So it's a trilogy. It's an old dystopian. You probably know it. This is the original cover. It doesn't match the others, but that's okay. But Steph also got this one at the used bookstore.
Yes.
Book Barn for a couple dollars. So now she has the whole trilogy. She'll be reading for the Dystopian Readathon. So we're excited about that one. We'll just throw these in here. These actually were from a little free library we went to the day we filmed the vlog. So I'll just show them really quick. These books we didn't buy. They were in the little free library, but Steph found these. The first one is Dragon's Gate by Lawrence Yep. It looks like this. Have no idea what it is, but...
It looks like a middle grade fantasy. But...
Yeah. Steph just pulled it because it looked good from a little free library. And then she grabbed The Constant Princess by Philippa Gregory. This was also in the little free library. So just pulled them really quick because they were free. We dropped off some books while we were there, so I just wanted to share those with you. We just have a few more books to show
and
you.
The last couple books. Here's the first one. I remember the author's name.
I'm excited about this one.
Next one is Bad Luck Bridesmaid by Alison Rose Greenberg.
Again, another adult romance that we found in the bargain section at Books A Million.
This is another one I've had my eye on, and it's been on my TBR for a little while. I forgot when it was released. Maybe like a year or two ago.
It looks
and,
cute.
It's just one of those like romance books that sounds kind of cheesy, but like it just sounds really cute.
Yeah.
So I've been wanting to read it, so when I saw it, I was like, we have to get it.
Awesome. Books to share. This one Steph found in the bargain section again at Books A Million. I was so excited because I've been wanting to read this one. A lot of people have been reading this in the community and have been loving it. So I've been wanting it. I'm so excited. It has the cutest cover. This is the Kindred Spirits Supper Club by Amy Reichert.
Berkeley book.
This looks so good. Again, this has been on my list. It's adorable. Like, how adorable is that cover? Been wanting to read this. Another adorable adult romance. I've heard good things about it in the community. It was brand new. Under $6. You can't beat it, so I had to grab it. So Steph found it for me. I'm super excited to read this one.
And then the final book we have...
Last book.
For our book haul is a book I bought full price at Books A Million because... I've been really wanting to read this, and you'll probably recognize it because, like, everyone's... Well, not everyone, but a lot of booktubers, bookstagrammers, book talkers are, like, reading it right now. And that is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies.
I like the cover.
I've been wanting to read this... Okay, I've been wanting to read this one since before it came out. Because I think I discovered it... Was it last year? I remember discovering it through BookTube. I forgot how. But... Just like reading the title, since it has fairies in the title, I was like, sign me up. I need to read it because I love anything with fairies in it. And then so after it came out, I started seeing a lot of people talk about it on BookTube and Bookstagram and stuff. And so yeah, I've wanted to read it for a while, and I recently just wanted to pick it up so I can read it. And I wanted to also add it to my collection because it's a really pretty hardcover.
It is. In the spine.
It's like literally gorgeous. But yeah, like I've been wanting to read this. It's like a cozy fantasy.
I'm excited.
A lot of people say it kind of has a similar vibe to Legends and Lattes, which is another popular one that like a lot of people were reading.
Yes.
And so yeah, like it just looks like a nice, cozy, cute fantasy type read. So I'm excited to read it, and I had to get it.
Awesome. And that is it. You've made it through this huge, massive book haul. I warned you that it was a big book haul, and we had a lot of books to share with you today, but we do not splurge like this all the time.
No.
This is a very rare occurrence for us when we buy books, but we wanted to share them with you. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed the book haul. If you read any of the books we've mentioned, let us know down below in the comments. Or if you purchased any books yourself recently, let us know what they are. We would love to hear from you. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really helps our channel. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Join our book club and follow us over on Instagram down below at New Romantics Book Club on Instagram. We're so excited to have you. We hope you will join our book club, and we really hope you enjoyed seeing everything we got today. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for your endless support on our channel. We really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and we'll see you soon in our next video. Bye, everybody.